We just had a, what's it called? Appetizer.
Yeah. Oh, a Rhinebeck appetizer.
A Rhinebeck appetizer. It's fine.
At Webb's.
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
We'll show you our haul later.
Got some swatching to do. On to Perfect Blend.
Hi, friends.
Oh, hey. I didn't see you there.
So, hi. Welcome to the Rhinebeck vlog. Sibling Energy Rybeck vlog. So, we have been on the East Coast for almost 2 full days.
On the road again.
I'm Mckenzie.
I'm Tim.
If you've never met us before, hi, we're Sibling Energy. We are not related.
Everything is about us is the only thing sibling about us is the energy. Jeez.
We're not related.
Not related.
But we're here at Rhinebeck. If you notice my voice and my coughing, I just have a perpetual cough, so
You lost it in the woods.
just ignore it. I have now laryngitis because of the cough, so
What? You do?
that's what my doctor said.
Oh no.
That's why my voice sounds so weird.
I just thought you wanted to be Auntie Whispers.
Auntie Whispers. So we flew into Boston, and our initial plan was to stay with my bestie Molly, who was also gonna come up to New York with us. But she tested positive for COVID like 2 days before we arrived. So we landed in Boston, and we were like, okay, we gotta pick up our car and we gotta book a hotel. So we got our car, and I gave Tim a little tour around my stomping ground in Boston.
Turns out Boston's kind of cute. I always thought it was just Faneuil Hall and like all of the historic things. Which
I love it.
Fine.
Turns out Boston's kind of cute. I thought it was just Faneuil Hall is like, period.
Yeah, that's usually what you see. Or Quincy Market. I went to Quincy Market and I was like, oh no.
I know.
I'm good.
Yeah. No. So we were around JP, we drove by Jamaica Pond, went into some of the local stores, and then we actually stopped by Molly's house and just like waved at her through the window, which was really cute, her and her cat Penny. And then we went to Gather Here, which was our first yarn store of 4.
We went to a lot.
Yes.
I mean, a lot being 3 in one day. We didn't do a yarn crawl. People do more than that in the yarn crawl. But
yeah, for sure.
We like took our time. I met a few of the people, the owners, and like one of our reps for Woolfolk was there, and she's wonderful. We love her. Yeah, it was really good to put like names to faces, or faces to names.
Faces to names.
Faces to names. Yeah, you email people and you're like, and then you see them online, and you're like, oh my god, I recognize that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to do that, to see that.
And we took a red eye to Boston. So by the time we got to the hotel, we were just like zombies a little bit. Yeah. I lost like 2 hours of my life. I just was so asleep.
Now who's the drama queen?
I am, but I slept so hard, it felt like I closed my eyes, opened them, and 2 hours had passed.
I was trying so hard not to, when you slept at the hotel, I was trying really hard not to like youngest you and just like get really close when you're sleeping, like, hey, Mckenzie, wake up, or poke your face.
Like when we were at camp, and you walked by my tent and went, Mckenzie. And it like woke me from a dead sleep. I was like, what the f? And I was like, that was Tim. And then you have the audacity when I go, did you go by my tent and say my name? You go, big smile on your face.
No. What are you talking about? I have no
like,
idea what you're talking about.
I literally know it was you. I literally know.
So why do you ask the question?
So Gather Here is a yarn store in Cambridge that has sewing and knitting supplies. It's a beautiful store.
They had a lot of craft stuff.
Yeah, just
Lots
like
of
general crafting stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's a really big, beautiful space. It's very well organized. What did you get there?
What did I get there? I got a shirt that said my job is yarn.
In the Barbie font.
Barbie font. So good. So good. Is that where I got?
The original skein of...
Oh, yeah. So in looking for my bucket list knit, I need about 2,500 yards of like worsted or DK yarn. In hopefully like a speckle. Not a speckle, what am I talking about? Like a tweed. And I didn't want to do it in shelter. It's originally done in shelter. Opinions don't matter. This. Kingston. Jill Draper. Kingston. It's so beautiful. And this color is called Grand Street, which is a street in Kingston. But I love that it's connections to my college days in New Paltz. And like, I told the lady at the other yarn store we went to today the story of like, oh, I remember seeing yarn that was Jill Draper yarn back in like 2001, 2002 in this tiny little like shop in New Paltz that had just like a wall of yarn, a really tiny wall of yarn. And Jill Draper was there, and I remember, and she's like, oh yeah, she's a local local like yarn person. And I liked it, but I thought, wow, that's expensive on my budget of, and
college.
It's not inexpensive, but it's definitely like the investment is real.
For what it is though, I feel like it's a very reasonable
Oh, it's
price.
so pretty. I love the flecks in it. There's like yellow chartreuse flecks in this blue. Anyway, look it up. Jill Draper.
I'll do like close-up shots, glamour shots of
Glam shots of the yarn. Can you even?
So that's what you got at Gather Here.
I got a Gather Here.
And
What did you get at Gather Here?
I got yarn not for myself.
Because what? You're a virtuous
Oldest. So as you all know, we talk very fondly about Susan on this channel. She's the one who knit Tim's replacement sheep camp. She's so generous, and it's really hard to get things for her. But she loves knitting lace.
And she has so much yarn.
And she has so much yarn,
It's
so it's like hard to get her something that's unique.
Right.
And so I saw these cones of Jill Draper at the store. Her and I share a love of like chartreuse. And these are like 880 yards of basically like woolen spun single lace weight yarn. And for the bucket list knit along, she wants to knit a traditional Shetland hat. And so I got her 2 of these. And I don't know if she'll use it for that, but like whether she does or not,
yeah,
I think that she'll really like it. So
I did not put 2 and 2 together when you were like, yeah, lace. And I was like,
you're like, okay.
yeah, she knits lace.
No, she like wants to knit a hat.
Oh, that's cool.
So again, I don't know if she'll use it for
Even if
that.
she doesn't, she'll use it for
She'll
something.
use it for
Make
something.
gorgeous. Yeah.
She'll make something amazing. So I got her 2 skeins of that,
So,
or 2 cones of those. So she has quite a bit to work with. And it is made with, I'm trying to look, Dorset wool.
so pretty.
So Jill Draper, if you are unfamiliar, I feel like she was one of the first dyers who I was aware of making her own bases and like being very intentional about getting local wool. And she like definitely has been an inspiration for me for a long time too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So these are very cool.
It's good stuff. The
Yeah.
insert, it just has like enough of a scratch to be really nice, like stand-up wool for cables and stuff.
Yes.
Excellent.
And then, so we like passed out at the hotel, ate at the hotel, which was like, it was fun, but it was mid.
It was fine.
It was fine. And then today we drove. I had the realization the day we were leaving. I went, Tim, we're driving from Massachusetts, so we can stop at Webb's. And we were both like, So the first stop of the day was Webb's. And if you don't know Webb's, it is based in Northampton, Massachusetts, and it's like a warehouse, like literally a warehouse of yarn. They get a lot of like discontinued colors and sell it at a discounted price. They are yarn.com.
They are yarn.com.
Yes, they own that domain, and like,
They've been around for a minute too.
Yeah, they're like heavy into e-commerce for sure.
Yeah.
But they have a really strong like local presence, I think, in like Western Mass. So we stopped there, and we also of course
What did you get there?
A little more yarn. So for my bucket list pattern, should we describe what the bucket list is? Because I feel like it's going to come up a lot.
Yep.
So we decided for next year, on January 1st, we're starting the bucket list knit along, which is basically encouraging people to just knit a bucket list item. And like, if you're a newer knitter, that could be like, I've never knit socks, I want to knit socks. For us, that is looking like an all over cabled
I'm going to do
sweater.
Timberline, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Timberline. Yeah.
And there's a couple Marie Wallen patterns that I have that I want to work on. And one of them uses Rowan felted tweed. And I knew that they have Rowan felted tweed at Webb's. And I knew I wasn't going to buy like the sweater quantity because I think I need like something crazy, like 16 colors. But I've been really eager to like swatch with it and just kind of play around. So we also have, like,
fire.
we have a wood stove going, so
Oh.
we're like so New York.
We're really domestic.
So I got a few colors of Rowan felted tweed to play around with.
Those colors are good.
Yeah. So that'll be fun, and that'll be swatching, and also some of these can go towards the final project. So I just wanted to start with a couple of those.
Smoke gets in your eyes.
And then I also got a skein of Lang Super Socks.
Yeah.
Greek Myths. The color is Eros. That's funny.
It's pretty. I like that.
Yeah, I love Lang Super Socks, so that should be fun, but very in tune with my color palette and everything. Did you get, you got a couple things at Webb's.
I did. So for my installation, I needed, goes to Webb's, gets Red Heart Super Saver. Yeah. Can't go wrong, $3.50. The whole piece is going to be white with like a black centerpiece in the room, in the installed art piece that I'm working on. But so it's always, I'm using up so much white yarn. And then I got this Patagonia Original Organic Merino. It's so pretty because I was thinking that I was going to do the sweater in it.
You know, now looking at it right now, it looks too thin.
It does. It looks like a sport
Isn't
weight.
that
And that's
funny?
what we thought. 382 yards. They said it's a DK. 382 to 100 grams is like,
No, that's like
oh, you're like a
so-
fingering sport.
Yeah.
I don't care if it fluffs up or not. And it's pretty. I'll knit something with it for sure.
Yeah.
But
I like that you bought like 3 skeins that were maybe for your sweater.
yeah, and I'm gonna use them all.
Yeah, you are. I know.
I will. What? Where else did I?
Didn't you also buy a green skein somewhere? from the
We went to
TV
4 yarn stores
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
I did, and I don't know where the green is.
I do. It's right here. So then after going to Webb's, we carried on and went to a Perfect Blend shop in Saugerties, New York. Unbeknownst to us, really, Indie Untangled was in Saugerties. That's why the traffic was absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But it was good. The store was so busy. The owner was telling me, Mary, was like, oh yeah, this is our big weekend. I think she said some number of 1,000 people come through. I was like, I believe it. I hope, and I see that their business is doing well, so that's good. I'm excited about that. But I got something there. I got a little tea to bring back as gifts for folks at home, but I also got Highland. It's the woolen spun in New England, the Harrisville tweed. Harrisville, yeah. And it's pretty. I like it. It literally says workhorse on it. The green is not necessarily always my color, but I looked down and I was wearing it today.
Do you love what that happened?
I do. Again, good. They didn't have like a sweater quantity of it, but I thought I'd swatch with it. Looks really pretty. I could see the sweater made out of this.
Yeah, that would be a stunning sweater.
Yeah.
Even just like a pullover.
I know.
But that green in particular.
The green is nice. It's almost like it's almost Kelly, but I
in
don't know.
this light right now, it looks very blue,
It
like
does.
cool, I
Yeah.
guess.
It does.
And what was fun about the Perfect Blend is that we immediately ran into someone from the Pacific Northwest
Uh-huh.
who came with us to Camp Starlight,
Yeah.
and someone who has been to Starlight before. So we were like, oh my God, hi, Pacific Northwest contingent.
Yeah.
And then I ran into an internet friend, Isabel, which was very sweet. And then I chatted with, it's either I think it's Jess from Ginger Twist Studios, who
Uh-huh.
is doing a little trunk show at the Perfect Blend. She was very sweet. And she's also from Oregon, originally.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's from Hillsboro. What? I know.
That's cool.
So it was very funny and sweet to chat with her, and then just like talking to people like in the store. So yeah, and all I got was, so I've always eyed these like little Earth Yarns unique sock kits, and they had this specific kids special edition one.
I love that.
The box is so cute. The color is so sweet. That's what they knit up like. It's really cute. So either I will make my niece a pair of socks with it, or I'll just use it as the main part of a sock
Yeah.
and alternate the heel and the toe. But it's very sweet, and
I
I
like
just
that idea.
wanted to do that. And then we heard tell that there was another yarn store in Kingston. What is that? What was it called? Cute.
Oh. The Perfect Blend put a thing of tea in my bag.
It's so
I'm
cute.
not a huge tea drinker, but I'll mess with that. The other one's called, hold please,
Kingston Yarn Farm? No. Yeah.
Yarn Farm. Kingston Yarn Farm.
And they have like a wine bar in their store.
Yeah, and it's right on the river. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Boats pulling up and stuff.
And so after all day looking for different yarns for his sweater,
I found my sweater quantity of what? Jill Draper in Kingston, color, Grand Street. That's what I'm gonna do it in. It's been decided. I bought the quantity. I'm ready to do it. Bucket list, halfway done. Well, the yarn decision has been made.
I know, I love it.
It was a good little spot.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we've like had good food.
Yep.
We've both been knitting prezzies. So I'm working on a Musselburgh for Molly. We picked out these colors a while ago. So I'm almost done with the first skein. And now there's not so much of a rush because she's not here with us on the trip.
Right.
So I'm just kind of working on it. But initially I cast on one in a different colorway, and I foolishly was like, if I just knit it half and half, then you have 2 color of hats. But that's actually not how it works, because if you're folding up the brim, it folds up onto the other colorway.
Yeah.
And so as I started I knit like 2 inches of the new skein, and I was like, yeah, that's not how that works. Like, duh. So I ripped back, and I had a second skein of this Wild Horses from Spin Cycle. And I was like, well, I guess I'm getting a new hat for the fall. But I had to work on this one because this deadline is more urgent. So that's what I've been knitting on while we've been here.
Yeah. I'm weaving in the ends to my Tenzin sweater for my friend Carly, who I'm going to see. So I'm going to see like 3 friends from undergrad at New Paltz, and having dinner tomorrow night. I'm really excited. I get teary thinking about it because it's been like 20 years since we've last seen each other, but I have a feeling it's going to be like no time has passed. I actually saw Carly like maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. She lives in Brooklyn, but yeah, it's going to be really nice to catch up. So anyway, I'm making this Tenzin sweater.
You have shown it on the podcast.
Have I?
Yes.
It's done. This is inside out. I'm weaving in the ends. It was the quickest knit ever, so I'm making myself another one. But I'm just going to do a solid. But I love this stripe. Carly is blonde. I think it's going to look really pretty with her hair. This blue and gray moment.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah, we'll see. And it's a surprise, so I'm...
Yeah. Oh my god.
I love surprises.
So the festival hasn't even started yet, and we visited 4 yarn stores.
We're just
already have
pre-gaming.
a little bit of a haul, and tomorrow is the first day of the festival.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. We have plans to meet up with Haley of Lock Knits and Claire of Pearlwise, and then a bunch of other people that we'll meet. We're going to the podcast meetup on the hill, and it's gonna be fun.
Also, if you know, you know, but I've been in Oregon for about 7-8 years now, and there's one thing about upstate New York that I do miss, and it is what? Stewart's. I saw my friend Jason have one, and he still lives in Plattsburgh, and I was like, where did you get that? Stupid question. But I thought you had to go online. But they have apparel in the Stewart shop now. Apparel. But I can't wait to wear this in. It's just like a nice piece of little nostalgia.
It's such a Portland thing to be like, I'm gonna wear this merch from
from the most
local
it's
niche.
a local. No one knows that. Actually, the thing is a lot of people know it. And whenever I post a picture at Stewart's or something Stewart's related, they're like, where were you, Saratoga? Where were you? It's super, it was, I love it. I'm glad I was able to find it. Why am I putting this through there?
I don't know.
Anyway.
While we were eating dinner, we're like, oh my God, it's so late. We look, it was 6:30, which meant that it's only 3:30 in Portland. We were like, oh, okay,
that's laughable.
Goofy as hell.
Yeah,
so we're
good.
here. We're gonna get. We're already very cozy, but we're gonna get even cozier.
It's really cozy here.
And we'll keep you updated.
We're on the end of a dead end road or a dirt road. I don't know what goes that way.
Dead end dirt road.
Yeah. It's cute though. It's so quiet outside and the stars are out.
Yeah, we haven't seen it in the daylight, and I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous. So
there's a river nearby or a creek.
Yeah, I think we're sitting on the river.
I'm ready. I thought the couch was a little wet. Oh. Wah, 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 wah.
And with that, we're done.
We are. Okay, bye.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We've slept the whole night through. I did. Did
I
you?
mean, I was up for a little bit, but then I passed back out. So, I
Good.
slept well.
Good. Yeah. It's fairly calm and relaxing out here.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Yesterday was
The last day
yeah,
of Rhinebeck. Day 2.
day 2.
And so we wanted to just talk about the weekend because we checked in with you on Friday before we went. And then we went Saturday, and it was a lot.
A lot.
Saturday is a lot.
It was a
And-
good a lot,
Yeah.
but it was a lot for sure.
We're like sort of still on what, like we're definitely jet lagged.
I'm adjusted. I feel adjusted. I feel like it's fine. I don't know.
But so we woke up like a little late. Like we weren't planning on getting there when it opened. Oh my God, I'm like too hot in this sweater actually. Yeah, it's not too cold outside right now.
No.
But we got there like 11:30, 12
Yeah, like
on the
11:30 or
first day.
12.
And
Immediately saw beautiful sister.
yes,
Beautiful sisters.
beautiful sisters.
Beautiful sister.
And they've come to the shop to Starlight to do trunk shows and
Yeah.
whatnot. So that was pretty, we were like, oh my God, hello, right at the entrance.
It was a nice greeting to the whole show.
Yeah.
And we saw Cassie. We went to the hill first, yeah?
Mm-hmm. We headed to the hill. I ran into Amy of Knit Collage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just immediately, there's so many people. Like, it's out of control.
I love it. It's like a
Big ol'
yearly
reunion. Yeah.
Even for people who have never been there before.
Yeah.
It's a reunion! Yeah.
But we went to the hill because Haley of Loch Knits was like, someone told me there's the podcast meetup at 1 p.m. I couldn't find any info about it online. So I was like, great, I'll be there. And I think it was a good like landing spot for us.
Yeah, I think so.
And we met some like really cutie viewers who came to say hi, who've like been commenting. And then we saw Haley of Loch Knits, who I just adore, and
She's
Brienne,
fun. She's really fun.
who owns Moon and Yarn Craft Room. They're like a little like cutie group of friends. So it's very sweet to meet them. And our friends Cassie and Drew. Cassie made us custom
best bags.
tote bags.
Ice dyed with our names on them.
Yes, I will definitely take a little video of those.
So good.
Thank you, Cassie. It was
Yes.
so sweet. And little T-Swift like bracelets that say
Oh,
Rhinebeck
yeah.
on them.
Rhinebeck 2024.
So
Bam.
cute.
And with our powers combined.
I don't have mine on though.
Well. Jeez. Oh, when in the middle of a sewn bind off and you get lost, what happens?
You are brave doing it while recording too.
Why not? It's kind of.
I do feel like a lot of Saturday was waiting in line.
Yeah.
Like we waited in line for food. Then we waited in line.
Pause. The chicken skewers. Shout out to, what was it called?
Friends
Z.
Z.
It's like chicken frenzy. Friend Zed. For those
Yeah.
of us who.
Friend
Those
Zed.
of us. Zed. Friend Zed. Like, makes no sense. All air out of the balloon. Okay. Those were really good chicken.
Yes, they were delicious, and we made friends with them amidst the chaos of like serving a million people their food.
There was a lot going on.
And then we sat down to eat, and we made friends with the ladies at the table who were competing in the chopstick knitting competition.
That was rad.
That was very sweet. 2 gals from Brooklyn. And then we just kept like looking for people. We ran into Vincent of Vesuvius.
Yeah,
Crap.
Vesuvius.
Vesuvius.
Yeah. In Kingston.
In Kingston, and he was like, Saturday is for people, Sunday is for shopping.
Yeah.
And we were like, that's actually a good,
It's a good way to look at it.
totally, and it totally ended up being like accurate.
Yeah. That's a good little like guidepost or litmus or something.
Yeah. To set your
Go by.
expectations even.
Yeah.
Because there were, I mean, it was still busy on Sunday, but Saturday it was like, you couldn't really like move.
No.
Yeah. So we like tried to go, there were like a few places that I really wanted to go to, and I think we got to them both, but I was like not ready to buy anything.
Yeah. Seeing the things first, I think,
Yeah.
is really helpful, and then doing a second or a third lap even.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about the patterns you want to make.
Mm-hmm. Like I came home on Saturday and was just like, what am I doing with this? And I went from sweater quantity down to like an accessory set, which was a good decision because I already have my sort of like queue for the next few projects. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I met Maker Bee of Maker Bee, who we've been internet friends for like a while
Aw.
now. So they're such a freaking cutie.
Yeah.
So sweet, and their whole group of friends is so sweet. And Sandra from my Discord, who I met through my Discord server, was there, who also has her own YouTube channel, and she hosts like craft nights virtually. Was with Bee's crew, ran into Madison Montees,
Oh yeah.
who's so sweet and always comments on our Sibling Energy stuff, and yeah. And then of
Madison
course
had her sister there.
Madison had like 3 sisters there, which is amazing.
I love that family.
She was like, all of my sisters knit and my mom, and
Yes.
then they had their like other not sister who's just like a really good family friend, which was
Yes.
also sweet.
That was fun. The way in which I am struggling.
With this,
Yeah, it makes no sense. I just need to get to a point where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in the groove
flying,
again.
yeah.
I know where I am.
Do you want us to give you a second?
Just one.
Okay.
So I did
One
that.
Mississippi.
Okay. So yes. Lots of people, lots of fun people to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
There was someone who came up to us and was like, I'm an only and my husband is also an only. And I said, if you can make an only marriage work, make it happen. So silly.
And last but certainly not least, we saw Claire of Pearlwise.
Yeah.
Which was so sweet. And then we ended up having her and all her cutie friends come over, and we just knit last night.
Claire and the Canada crew.
The Canadians.
You go. Make a song, Claire and the Canadian crew. Why not?
The clearly Canadians.
They were fun. We had a blast.
Yeah, it was very sweet. And we have like mutual friends in Montreal, or I have mutual friends with them in Montreal. So, yeah, it was so sweet. And of course, we did a little bit of shopping.
Yeah, we did. Well, the shopping, I think, did you buy anything on the first day?
Yes, the quilted project bag. Which
Oh,
get.
yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. That's the one thing I didn't bring out because it's full of my other goodies.
Yeah.
That towel? What are you talking about?
A little puffin towel.
Oh, it's probably in there.
Not anything so. I don't remember. So, I don't think I bought much yarn anyway. LOL. That's. Oh.
Let me move it a little bit.
Yeah. So show us your quilt bag.
Look at her.
So cute.
I love a basket project bag. Like that is definitely my favorite type of bag. And so we have these handles here. So you can like transport it, and so the maker is called Mabel, and she sources vintage quilts, washes them, and then turns them, like repurposes them into these amazing bags.
They're really beautiful.
They were like huge. I actually saw someone walking around with that big tote bag, And I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty.
a little, I'd rather spend money on yarn than a massive tote bag.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy with this little cutie bag. I love, this is my favorite. The gingham and the blue. Ooh.
Yeah, did she say they were repurposed because there were like holes in some of them?
Yeah,
or
yeah, they were like damaged quilts.
damaged quilts.
Which
That's
I
so
love.
beautiful.
So they have like amazing stuff, but that was the first day and I was like, oh, I better get one of these before.
Yeah.
So that was basically all I bought that
I see
Saturday.
the like look in your eye when you see something and you're like, and you get really quiet about it.
Like that one.
And I'm like, you can make a purchase. Yup.
Like thinking.
Saturday, I don't
Scheming.
think I bought anything.
Your puffin towel
I
that
bought
you
a
can't find.
puffin towel. Yeah, it's really cute. You'll have to trust me. I just love puffins. Atlantic puffins are my favorite, but I guess the tufteds are okay too on the West Coast. Those are the ones that come to Haystack Rock to have their babies.
Oh.
I know, super cute. Anyway, Saturday night we went, oh my god, I saw my friends from college. It had been at least 10 years. My one friend Carly, I saw probably a year or two ago maybe, when I was in the city. And then Amelia I haven't seen in like maybe 20 years. And then Jackie I had seen in 2012.
Whoa.
She reminded me that she came to Charlotte in Vermont, and we got dinner and hung out a little bit. And she ate a bunch of like cheese and dairy.
And she does it usually?
Well, her husband's like, Jackie, you sure you want to have all that whatever? And I was like, yeah, you should get that cheese soup and the fondue and the mozzarella. And she was like, and I was hurting afterwards. My stomach was like upset. But the way she tells the story is the funniest thing. She's a character. She's one of my, yeah. We just fell right back in. It was really nice. That was my Sunday evening with food and tears and hand knits. I made them a bunch of things because they're my girls.
Yeah, you were working on Carly's sweater.
Yeah.
Like on an episode at some point. It's the same
The striped Tenzin.
sweater that you're knitting for yourself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of other things that, some of them I didn't knit, but they were like projects that, yeah, super beautiful.
Yeah.
The red hat, Amelia.
Hand knit gifts.
Hand knit gifts for the muses, for the good ones, not the good ones, I don't know.
And I decided to stay in, and I do not regret it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna let you hang with your college friends. It's so nice.
Yeah.
And I just ended up, I didn't even like watch anything. I was literally just kind of like laying.
Yep.
Because it's just
maintain.
a lot to be
It
at
is
the
a lot
festival
of
all day
energy.
talking to people. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a good time.
And then Sunday was kind of the same. We had a chill morning. We saw our friend Anna from home, who was working in the neighborhood Fiber Co. booth.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
A lot of West Coasters.
A lot of Portland, Pacific Northwest people that we've run into.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We're standing in line at Bang Bang Chicken or whatever, the Frenzy, Chicken Frenzy, and there was a lady behind us who was like, Oregon Flock and Fiber wasn't this, and then she said something else about Portland, and I was like,
You from Portland?
this lady's from Portland. So we chatted with her, and she was like, oh, I used to teach at Melissa's old shop, Lint, when it was in Portland in Northwest. And then she started her own company, I think. Yarn company, Naked Sheep. I think has since closed.
Yeah, because she moved to
That's right,
Philly.
Allentown, PA.
Allentown, that's right.
For grandbabies, which
Yeah.
is the best reason.
So sweet.
Yeah.
So it was very funny though. I was like, what are the freaking chances that we'd be standing in line next to the person who used to work for our boss?
Yeah, that was fun.
Very funny.
It's a good time.
And then Sunday, I definitely had more of like a purpose of where I needed to go. I had made like a little notes app of like the colors of Peace Fleece that I need.
Listen, you did nothing if not organize yourself before Sunday.
So I knew which colors of Peace Fleece I wanted to get. I only came home with 2. They're shipping the last 4. And that's for like the collar work on this Marie Wallen sweater that I will be knitting as part of the bucket list knit along
Yeah.
that Tim and I are going to host
Is it
next
half
year.
your bucket? You're gonna do half the bucket that one?
Yeah, the bucket's half full,
The bucket's half full already.
and it's with the Peace Fleece sweater.
Great. I love it. I love it. You got projects working through.
So mostly I'm going, these are the 2 that I got. But it's just such a good yarn. I'm gonna have a lot of leftovers of Peace Fleece, so I'll have to figure out something else to do with those.
Yeah, those are really pretty. While you were at Peace Fleece and Harrisville, I met with Anton Sarosi, and he's the owner of Gorge Fiber Arts. He's a weaver and knitter and yarn store owner, but he's stockist at Woolfolk, but a really cool guy. We talked weaving, we talked history, we talked men's knitting patterns, some design things. Yeah, it was really cool. He's going to Taiwan soon, I think. Yeah, it was a really nice chat. And while we were standing there chatting, the gals came along. I'd seen Andrea before in one of the barns. Yeah, it was good to chat with them and see them. They're like, see you in 2 weeks at Sacred Sheep. Yeah, it was less shopping for me. I think I knew what I wanted. There was.
Well, and you had gotten what you wanted, basically. The Jill Draper.
Oh yeah, the Jill Draper was like the score of the trip. But then I just couldn't pass up these Utopia.
Those are really pretty.
I mean, I was gonna do the purple with the flex, but I love this. I think I'm gonna do the Kingston cowl in it. It's appropriate.
Yeah,
We're in
cute.
Kingston. It's color work. It's Scandi looking.
Are these woolen spun? They look woolen
Yeah,
spun.
it's Targhee, Rambouillet, and Merino and CVM. It's just kind of a blend.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it's so squishy. The colors that they got in there, they're from Wisconsin. Wisconsin, they came all the way out here. Grapevine and Peachy Keen.
Cute. Yeah.
Yep.
Gorge.
And then I found you, and then I said, oh, but I want to go to Wing and a Prayer next to... You went to Salkill already, right?
I did go to Sawkill, and this is what I was like deliberating about, getting a sweater quantity. But I'm like, I already have my sweater quantities, like the next couple sweater projects lined up. And I was like, I don't want to like push, you know, I don't want to force another sweater into the queue that I wasn't planning on. So I ended up just getting these 2. I'm not usually like a Kelly Green
Yeah.
person, but I've been wanting to make myself like a hat and fingerless mitt set for fall winter, because I have a lot of mittens, but it doesn't quite get cold enough in Portland
For the mitten.
to wear mittens, and so I wanted something for when I'm walking Maple in the morning. And so this, and with this like coat that I have, I was just like, I could see the vision, I couldn't let it go, and I was like, no, I think that's perfect, like to just get
Yeah.
like a smaller amount.
Yeah, this is like upstate New York.
Yeah,
This is Portland. We still need these.
and you're naked in California.
Yeah, in California, you're like, let's go surfing. I don't know.
Really. So I got those, and then next to Sawkill was Wing and a Prayer, who had some amazing bats, but I
Jeez,
just,
yeah, really pretty.
I passed on them, and that was the right decision, but they were really, really beautiful.
They are. My Wing and a Prayer purchase was, and also, oh, we're halfway there. Oh, Wing and a Prayer. It just lives in my head all the time whenever I say it. This naturally died. I think it's.
She said iron and indigo.
I think it's worsted. She said light worsted. Yeah, it's like light worsted. I'd say it's worsted Aran maybe, but yeah, it's like
Bet you it smooshes.
Peter
It's-
Pan and Fam. It does smoosh and it'll bloom. But yeah, I got about 240 yards of that for a quick little worsted project.
It's such a pretty color.
Do I know what I'm gonna do with it? No, but I was just gonna get one, and then I thought, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do something else and get another one. I need that Merlin app right now because I'm hearing, I think. No, that's not a cardinal.
A burb.
No, it's so disrespectful to birds. Can't call them burbs.
Burbs.
They don't live outside of cities. I mean, they do.
Yeah, we introduced ourselves to Tammy. I have a lot of mutual friends with her from when I lived in Boston, so I was like, hey, like, I know Amanda and Alberto, and blah, blah, blah. I'm a natural dyer. Now I'm in Portland, Oregon. And she was like, oh, what's your name? And I was like, Emtothethird. And she was like, oh, I know you. Which was very sweet. I was like, oh, great. I'm so happy. So that was really nice. And yeah, I didn't get anything from her because I'd just gotten that Sawkill yarn.
Yeah.
But I was tempted by those bats. They were beautiful. Beautiful.
And I was tempted to go next door to the Sawkill and get more yarn. And I didn't.
We resisted.
We resisted. We were basically not even buying yarn.
We basically bought no yarn.
Basically bought nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then we stopped by Prado de Lana. I've talked about them for sure before. Amanda and Alberto and I met when I was doing New England Farm and Fiber Festival when I was still in Boston. And during the pandemic, like at some point, Kay and I drove out to Stockbridge, which is like a 2-hour drive, I think, because they had some sheep out and just we were so eager to go do anything at that point. So we showed up in our masks and we pet some sheep and just hung out with them for like an hour or so. And I think that was just like it was just like we were so starved for people at that point that like we were always like, remember when we saw each other in the pandemic? So Amanda had no idea I was coming and was like, oh my God, shut up, what are you doing here? So that was very, very sweet. And we got a skein of it to do a little giveaway. So they have their own flock of sheep. This is like the creamiest, most beautiful color. Like
It really is.
It's a beautiful, like warm oatmeal white, and it is their DK weight.
Williamstown.
Yep, it's Rommeldale and CVM. 250 yards, and it's gorgeous. And then also this little set of like embroidery, naturally dyed embroidery threads. So this is the little giveaway package. If you would like to enter the giveaway, leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
And tell us if you've been to Rhinebeck, if you've been to other sheep and wool festivals, if you would like to go. Just give us a little story. We love to hear from you.
We love a story.
And we'll pick it before the next episode. That's probably how that'll work.
Yeah.
And we'll announce it there. So
Boom.
leave a little comment.
Leave a little comment.
I also got myself a little set of course, my colors.
And you will embroider with those, or will you put those in a sock?
I don't know what I'll do with them. I could embroider. I was thinking of the mitts that Zoe and I made.
Yeah, you never wear those colors.
I was like, Look,
The
look,
shade.
look at this.
You never wear those.
Purple and like orange and coral. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you
But
mean.
that's why this green is so like.
I think you should ply 2 of those and then knit it with the
Shut
leftovers with
up.
peace, please. Do it.
Ay, ay, ay. And then I was just walking around, and one of the things that had been on my list was to get a skein of sock yarn for like next month's Colorwork Cuff Club, because you all know I've been very into Summerlee's Colorwork Cuff Club, and I found this, which actually in hindsight is probably not great for socks because there's no nylon in it.
Yeah, but it's so pretty.
But it's so pretty, and like the reason it also caught my eye is because it's from Tasmania, Australia, where I have family. So I was like, wait, dyed in Tasmania? That's so random. And this is a beautiful skein. I mean, I could even do like a little
I think that'd be good for
kerchief
socks.
or something.
The
silk.
The silk in it? Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll give it enough.
It's just
It's
so
really
pretty.
and soft.
Yeah, it caught my eye. It was at the Thread and Maple booth.
Yeah.
They just had this like little tower of this brand, which is
Yumminess.
Louie and Lola. I've never heard of them before.
Me either.
But I
But
was like,
they're
it just
really cute.
caught my eye. Yeah.
Louie and Lola.
It was like probably one of the only like very spontaneous purchases that I made where I was just like, I saw that, I liked it, I got it.
I want it.
Yeah, totally.
Can I?
Yeah.
The other night I was closing something in the door and I'm not flipping you off, but I smashed my finger
You
in the
really,
drawer.
it's bad. Let me look at it.
It's gnarly, but that's the skin that
Yeah,
covered over
totally.
it. I just left it there. I thought my whole entire nail was gonna be bruised.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. You got lucky about that.
Yeah, it wasn't as hard. I think it was just jarring.
Yeah.
I could have turned on a light to look at the drawer, but I didn't do that. So that's on you.
But that would be
Wagner.
logical,
Yep,
so.
Yep. That's on you, Wagner.
But yeah, last night we had Claire and the Canadians come.
That was fun.
It was so sweet. And we just like ate snacks and knit. I made a lot of progress on this hat.
And that, yeah, you did.
I was
No
like, I'm
longer.
never gonna finish it. And then last night it was just like, brrr. I'm doing the decreases.
Whoa. Well, I basically knit it for you, essentially, because I did like these rows.
You did like
So,
3 rows.
I did 4.
Yeah.
It's looking good. You're almost done.
I am. I'm very close.
A little bit of card knitting, you should be fine.
Yeah.
What are we doing today? We're going. So my friend Amelia, who I saw from school, is an artist and a professor at New Paltz, New Pizzy. And she has a studio in Chatham and lives in Chatham. And
There's
we'll
a yarn
stop
store?
there because
Yeah.
there's a yarn store that's still going strong. The Warm U, which love to stop into there, and also see Amelia, and you can meet Amelia.
Yeah.
Amelie. We went to Paris together years ago. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then onward to
Boston. Boston.
So that will be a good and healthy day
Yeah.
of
We're
travel.
having a good day. We're
Yeah.
having a good time for sure.
Absolutely.
So we'll bring you along for that with some little clippies.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was our little Rhinebeck recap.
Recap.
Is that just the leaves?
I don't know, but I feel like as I get older, I'm gonna be a birder. I want to listen to this.
Chickadee-dee-dee-dee.
Chickadee-dee-dee-dee-dee. There was a thing that was like, you've turned 40 or something when you go to bed at a certain time. I don't know, and then you become a birder. Like, oh, that's so true. I see a lot of.
My friends
know.
becoming birders.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, Kay, who we met last night, was like.
They were like, oh, I saw a cardinal.
And we were like, what?
All I
Where?
wanted to do was see a cardinal. And they were like, oh yeah, one just flew by, and I freaked out. And then it came back, and I saw it just like, boop, boop,
Hanging.
boop, little red. It was a male. It was so pretty, bright.